just run to us, but it's a lot of pressure. I'm trying to stick and move through this. Fixing these bumps on the road so I can just cruise to this.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. To throw on second is Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there, first quarter.
Yeah, help me out because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill to plays? It certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Reset. Back 22. Back 22.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Tiger. Black 99 Philly.
Here's Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kyle Van Noy. Coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He's got the first down and more past the 40. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
That was a big conversion there on 3rd down, and I remember playing, and all the time on the sidelines, you hear a coach calling for the punt team to get ready on 3rd down because you can't call for it on 4th down. It's too late getting on the field. So a lot of times you're lining up, and the offense can see you lining up. Occasionally it serves as motivation for them. I'm not letting these guys back out here. I want to keep the ball on offense, and that's exactly what they did.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Luck now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. On 1st and 10, Locke. Ebron caught left side.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Here's Luck. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Doyle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Right.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Luck. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Luck. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. John Simon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now Luck. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And a pretty nifty hurdle there before he's brought down. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run by Foreman to start the drive. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Richmond.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson on the move to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, it's Love. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. John Simon in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Love. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Luck on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Chubb on the counter. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. The Colts on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They pitch it to Chubb, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Richmond! Come back!
On second down, here's Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Reset!
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Miller. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback.
And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Here's Watson on the sneak, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down, and the Texans draw a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The final shot before the break. Lock. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Locke. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Locke on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And some space here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Go.
Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Throwing is Love. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18. Carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Powerful running. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson staying on his feet. Now he's going to let it go deep left. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Miller. And he's got room. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Come back, come back. Okay, black 22. Black 22.
Here's Watson now on second down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, no Texans start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long, it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Reset. Down.
They'll toss it to Miller. A little 360. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. J.J. Watt in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Black, no, feel it.
Here's Foreman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Underneath for Miller. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Luck again. Wide open receiver, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run again with Hines. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Hill. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Luck. And this is going to be intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I
think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And they'll go on the ground. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Caught. It's Ellington. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one 28 yards on the ground.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines on a toss play. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And some room to work. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll try the air now with Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's got his man, Hilton. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And he'll go down at the 28. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Yeah, on 4th and inches, you've got to be quick with your decision-making when you're running the football. You've got to find the hole and go. And he does a nice job here picking up the first down with a few yards to spare.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And they'll run it here. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.